Top of the morning to you. My name is Tree. I am but a humble servant of me master.
Oh,
I'm.
speaking of
Oh,
your
go ahead.
master, yeah, we Stuart's. So Stuart is a skeleton. He has been raised by a necromancer, to whom he owes fealty. Ish, and we never figured out a name for him.
So, chat. What would be the name of Three's master, a necromancer who has at least, or presumably, three skeletons?
Soup. I like soup.
Soup. How would you say? Okay, I'm getting used to the accent. I'm way better than I was last week. How do you say soup with that? Soup.
Oh.
Soup. That's a soup.
That's true.
Soup.
Daryl soup. There we go.
Daryl soup. Daryl.
Awesome. And Brandy, tell us a little bit about Glynwyn here.
All right, so Glynwyn Star Charter for the full name, and she is from a family that has a long string of famous explorers and astronomers and general adventurer types. And so she has come to the new world. Everything in the old world has already been explored by all of her relatives. So she is coming to the new world to explore things they haven't gotten to yet.
All right, and just to recap last week's episode 0 of season 0, for those who missed it, our two intrepid adventurers were on a caravel bound for the new world. Brandy's character Glynwyn has been her way to the new world, her passage to the new world has been paid by a mysterious sponsor. It's sort of a light indentured servitude type type arrangement, where her way has been paid in exchange for a job. He's mounting an expedition out into the wilderness to go to a place and find a thing. But right now, the Master Soup, Lord Soup. So Lord Soup recruited her for this expedition. They are to meet up in Crunkledunk City to the north, but the ship got blown off course by a storm. Our intrepid explorers went out on a skiff to try to scout out a safe landing spot. They arrived. Actually, here, suppose I should pop you guys onto our new region map that I had made here. Yeah. So our two intrepid explorers shipwrecked right about there due to a malfunctioning lighthouse right there. They circumvented the goblin-infested forest, not without incident, ran into a couple of goblins, fought them off, took the ferry over to the island, retook the island from some feral skeletons belonging to a necromancer named Gerald. Fought off a...
Every low-ranked necromancer is named Gerald. That's what they're called. Sorry.
Ferry, fairy, that kind of fairy. So as last week's story ended, let's head back to our lighthouse map. The two of you had just emerged victorious in battle with the spooky specter that seemed to be leading these feral skeletons. You heard right, Dark Raiden. His name is indeed Lord Soup.
A question about our would-be mysterious helper. Is that person just doesn't exist right now in the canon?
Oh,
continuity.
Oh, Kurote, you mean?
Yeah, Kurote. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
here.
yeah, Zell's here.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm getting all these names mixed up. I apologize.
It's all good. So yes, you were accompanied by a mysterious fox person who mysteriously vanished just as the specter went away. Not sure if that's important or if that'll come back later. I don't know, but you were victorious.
Huzzah. Nice.
But
All right, dusting up. Oh, go ahead.
And I didn't have a bard in the party.
But just so folks at home know, we are playing with the gritty realism optional DM rules, where a short rest takes 8 hours, a long rest takes between 4 and 7 days, depending on how safe the party is. I'm making one exception to that. I'm giving you one normal hour-long short rest per long rest, which you've already taken here.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Okay. So our ship will not be heading to this lighthouse. Instead, do we know where they're heading?
You do not. So it is... The daylight's been burned out. The sun's gone. The sun's just going down. You've fixed up the lighthouse so that it is giving off the proper "stay away, rocky rocks. Don't come near here or you will wreck" signal, and play resumes.
Ooh, that was a tough battle. Do you have any idea what we should be doing next?
Well, how are you feeling? I know you kind of collapsed back there. Is that normal for you? I'm sorry. I'm not used to skeletons that don't just kind of wander around and do farm work.
Well, I would say I would be quite sore, or at least my muscles would be if I had any. But for now, I think I would be fine. But I appreciate your concern, miss. He tips his hat.
Right. Well, Gerald did mention that there was a fishing village nearby. If anyone's gonna know where the next big port is for that ship to go, that'll be it.
All right, that's a fine heading. Now, should we leave a note for Gerald or something, or some kind of signal to let? Oh, I suppose the lighthouse would be doing that, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's pretty clear that we've made a success. But
That's
out of
very well.
character, didn't Gerald come back? I thought Gerald came back and talked to us end of last session.
No, he didn't.
He did
Okay,
not.
never mind.
Yeah. Perhaps we should leave a note for our would-be patron, so that he knows who to pay for the services rendered. I'll go ahead and take out some papyrus, assuming I have some, and leave a note describing to pay Lord Soup, or something of that manner. Would that be okay?
Yeah. Yep, that is, you find writing implements, quills, all that stuff in the desk, so yeah, you can absolutely leave a note.
Okay. Dear Gerald, we did it. Pay Lord Soup. Sincerely, 3. I'll draw a little skeleton with a happy hat.
Me there too.
Oh, and then I put some. I put a bow, and you know what? I'm gonna roll to see how good he is as an artist, just to see what the hell he's doing.
Do it.
It's below average. Perhaps you should sign your name.
All right, so I put a bow and like 5 stars around it.
Do we still have the muffin berry?
No, I fed that to Kurote to help him with his death saves.
Yep.
Okay. That works. I'm gonna just take a quick peek at Glynn real quick. Does she appear tired? Because my boy can go for a long, long time, but I know Fleshy's not so much.
So yeah, you have been active all day long, and you are losing daylight at this point. So it's up to you. But if you don't get, like, long and short rests aside, if you don't get at least 6 hours of sleep a day, then you start taking levels of exhaustion.
Okay.
Okay. So, 3 will just casually walk over to the entrance and just kind of give Glynn, like, the go-ahead, like a good servant should. Kind of like awaiting instruction.
All right. I guess. And then, I'm sorry, out of character again, how far away did Gerald say this fishing village was? It was like an entire day's ride, wasn't it?
Yeah, like a day's ride, closer to 2 or 3 on foot, depending on how you do it.
Okay.
Well, on second consideration, we've been going for a bit. Would you be okay with kind of watching out for any other feral skeletons, and I can grab a quick nap?
Of course, lass. That's what my job be. I'll be heading on downstairs. I suppose there'll be some sleeping areas here, but I'll give you some privacy.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find a sleeping area, or at least somewhere with like a cushion and a blanket that I can grab out of a guest closet or something.
All right.
I will actually look around and see if like there's some just some better armor that I could borrow, because right now I'm just wearing my suspenders. Don't provide like a almost like an apron. Like that is my armor. If there's something better, he will borrow it at the very least, so he can be the most effective patrol he could be.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're not finding anything like that around. It doesn't seem to be seems like whatever arms or armor that the place had was just what was on the skeletons that you already defeated, which was just mismatched scraps, nothing usable.
Okay. I'll take their arrows and any useful bow flaxes, just to make sure that no would-be ne'er-do-wells could come and make use of the bows later. And then I'll go on patrol until I absolutely have to rest.
Okay, cool. So, I don't know that either of you get anything from a short rest at this point, because I think you already used your hit dice last time, 3, and Glyn's full, but if you're sleeping for 6 or 8 or however many hours, sleeping until light, then you get a short rest. And yeah, you're able to find what's probably Gerald's sleeping quarters. So there is a bed that you can use.
All right. Fair enough.
All right. I apparently, as a skeleton, have to go 4 hours inactive at some point as my short rest. So I'll patrol the island real quick just to make sure there's no one else here. Should I do a perception check, or we just kind of what are we doing?
Yeah, go ahead and do a perception check if you're gonna actively patrol the island.
Can I do investigation instead? I'm a smart skeleton, not an observant one.
No, I think this would be more a perception thing.
Oh, it's quite dark out. I can't see very well, even though I have dark vision.
Okay, let me roll.
I'll go ahead and drop 3. There he is. The anguish cries of someone who sucks at perception. Yes, RDR. That is me. All right. So I will skulk around a little bit. Should I go anywhere specific, or is this? I assume this is just part of the island.
Yeah, this is just directly outside the lighthouse, and at this point, you do notice a skeleton just kind of wandering aimlessly out in the woods.
does it appear to be wearing matching uniforms of the other skeletons, like a common theme?
It's wearing just the same mismatched scraps as the rest.
Okay, I will. Those suckers are dangerous, so I will attempt to stealth out of view.
All right, go ahead and roll me a stealth.
Oh, nat one. Oh man! Top of the morning to you.
It just kind of shambles towards you and kind of clacks its little skeleton jaws together, but it doesn't seem to be aggressing. It's not attacking, just kind of shambling in your general direction. It seems kind of listless and aimless compared to the others that you fought before.
Oh, I'll approach him. Hi, laddie. What be your job here?
It just kind of clatters its jaw and just stands there looking at you.
Stand at attention, laddie. Come on. I'll attempt to shuffle him into a upright standing position.
Okay, roll a persuasion.
Oh, also not great. Better.
It just shuffles on past you like you're not there after a second. Just keeps on moving.
I will make a mental note that there is one wandering skeleton that isn't doing his job. I'll be needing to report him to the Master Gerald. Okay.
But
you know what? I'll follow him just to see if he's a patrolman. Even though it's aimless, just kind of follow him around, see if he's going to cause trouble.
Okay.
At this moment, I can't see garbage anyway, so I might as well follow the first interesting thing.
You follow him.
All the way back to the coast?
All the way back to the coast.
Ooh.
And he just wanders. Okay. He just wanders off into the water like a lemming.
Oh, he's really not doing his job. He went off on vacation.
Just walks straight into the water.
Really do. You're really not good at perception for not seeing the Disney executives throwing him out in there.
All right. I will walk along the coast and see if there's any signs of light, like another boat. I know we took a ferry over, but is there anything else around? Maybe tracks in the sand?
Roll an investigation.
There we go. It's going to be a nat 1 again. Oh, it's better. It's a 14.
Why would you jinx yourself like that?
Reverse dice psychology. It's a thing.
Oh, okay. I get it.
A little ways off, you do see another pair of tracks in the sand, of footprints. They appear to have the same shuffling, the same gait as the other, as the ones that the skeleton that you saw left. If you didn't know any better, you'd think they were made by the same creature. And interestingly, they are running almost exactly in parallel off into the water.
Knowledge religion. See if there's some kind of spell that's calling them.
Give it a roll. You don't know. You've heard stories that when skeletons and zombies go feral, they tend to wander north, and these sets of tracks are both going north.
I'll go to the northernmost part of the island, I suppose. Or at least follow the tracks as much as I can. But if they're going straight into the water, I guess that doesn't necessarily matter.
Yep. Yeah, they just... As far as you can tell, the skeletons just walked into the water, and where to now? Who knows?
That'd be That's a story for another time, I imagine. I'll go ahead and accept that foreshadowing and start heading back to or about how much time has passed, I suppose.
We'll go ahead and say that you're about 4 hours from daylight, so now would be the time to head in and turn in if you want to take your rest for the night.
Absolutely. I'll go ahead. I'll sit right or like adjacent to the door and assume my form as just a mass. But I'll actually hold up a sign with like 6 Z's on it to indicate that I am in fact sleeping and not a pile of bones. There we go.
There we go. Okay, so dawn breaks without incident.
All right.
I'm feeling much better now. How are you doing?
Am I at full hit points, or do I gain hit points back? How does this work? I'm not entirely sure how rests work yet.
Gotcha. So on a short rest, you only regain hit points if you have hit dice to spend. And since you already spent your... At first level, you only have 1 hit die, which you already spent last session. So you do not gain any exhaustion. If you had tried to go to pull an all-nighter, basically, you would be getting negatives to your rolls for the rest of the day until you rest. So...
Gotcha. Now, do I get second wind back because I get it every short rest, or is that not enough?
Yes, that does recharge on a short rest. I'd forgotten about that.
Fantastic. Okay, that is like the fighter's one thing. So I will wait for that.
Yeah. So yeah, you can use that now, or you can save that for later. It's up to you. But you now have 1 charge of that second wind that you can use, and so yeah, any ability like that recharges on a short rest, if you still have it by the time you take your next short rest, you can always just use it then before you rest, so it's up to you.
You know what? He'll wait till we get to the fishing village. Maybe they'll have some like embalming potions or something for him that he can request, or maybe we'll find Gerald and Gerald can do it.
Okay.
So.
All right. So, yep. The sun is rising.
All right.
Well, Lassie, you're in charge. I follow your lead.
All right.
So I adjust the backpack on my back, and
He said the fishing village was...
I'm trying to remember the overview that you gave us before. Is the fishing village north or south of us?
It's
I believe
I know
north.
we have to
north.
go across the ferry, but
Yeah. And at this point, I'll pull you back over to our little region map here.
all right. So it is north.
All right.
Yep.
So should we head north to the straight to the fishing village, or should we head back to the forest? We should probably return the ferry.
Definitely, so that Gerald can get back. And then, yeah, just straight to the fishing village, I guess.
All right. I'll go ahead and row us across, like a good servant should.
All right. You were able to once again roll across without issue. It's fair weather, broad daylight, no problems. But that does put you back on the other ferry landing. So you are once again, you have the choice of if you're going north, you can cut through the goblin forest, or you can bypass it.
Oh, I see the 2 paths there.
Mm-hmm. It's not exactly urgent, and I doubt Gerald will be going through the forest. So why don't we skirt along the edge?
Yeah, I get the feeling that the goblins may not appreciate us, so... Around
Well, I
here.
can't imagine why.
All right. I'm going to roll.
By the way, John Snoo, holy cow, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, John
Yeah,
Snoo.
so much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, you are... All right, so since you're following the road, you don't have to worry about navigation. Literally impossible to get lost. You are able to skirt the outskirts of the Goblin Village with no issues. It is about a... Well, actually, what pace are you setting? Slow, standard, or fast?
I would say standard.
Yeah.
We're not in a rush.
I would like to get back to be Master Soup, though. Lord Soup.
Okay. Go ahead and roll either a nature or a survival. Since you're going at standard pace, you are able to forage along the way.
Yeah.
All right, and since you are on a road right between a forest and a grassland, which are Glynwyn's two favored terrains.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, Glyn gets advantage, so you get that 23. You are able to...
Nice.
Yep, you are able to find some, like, nuts and berries just right along the path. You are able to eat for the day.
Yay. Now, does anything look like the muffin berry that we found, maybe before it got enchanted?
You do not, at least not without going out of your way off of the road. You're not seeing anything that looks like the muffin berry. If you wanted to search harder, you could, but that would involve going off the road.
Nah, getting back to the fishing village is more important.
Okay. So just about as you're starting to lose daylight, as you're just pulling north and out of the forest, a little ways away, you spy the stretch of beach where you first washed up and met Gerald, and you spot the smoke of a cook fire off in the distance as you approach that spot. Here,
I will cautiously go towards the cook fire and see if I can determine who made it, who might be sitting around there, if it's Gerald or goblins.
All right. Are you trying to approach stealthily so as not to be seen by whoever's there?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and roll a stealth then. So as you draw near the fire, you hear a familiar voice call out, "Oh, good, you're back! Come here, share the fire!" It's Gerald. Speaking of Gerald, I now have art for him too. There he is. Good old Gerald.
I love his finger position.
Excellent. But yes, this, for those who didn't tune in last week, this is Gerald, the dwarven necromancer, who lost control of the skeletons that were his helpers and groundskeepers. He is the lighthouse keeper, or was, but he calls you over to share his campfire for the night.
Why, the top of the morning to yous.
Well,
I suppose it's the evening.
Yeah.
I
Is this as far as you got, or were you on your way back?
He motions to his leg. Well, I thought it might be best to just go ahead and wait for you. You know, I'm not gonna make such good time with the bum leg here. But I saw that you were able to get to the lighthouse. Oh, that's wonderful. I hope the skeletons didn't give you too much trouble.
Too much trouble now.
Oh, I am so grateful.
There, I did have some concerning words over the fleshy one.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I never did quite understand. Were you the necromancer who... They don't usually talk like this.
Oh no, very few skeletons talk like me.
But I'm sorry. Your servant mentioned a fleshy one.
Well, yes, you did mention that there were a lot of skeletons, but there was one of yours that was talking there too, and it seemed kind of wanted to leave.
Oh, that is bizarre. That is not one of mine. I certainly would remember if I had a talking skeleton.
He wasn't a skeleton. He was more like a zombie, and then he turned into a ghost after that. But he was very insistent that a boat come to take him off the island, to take all of them off the island. I think he kept saying, "Let us go." So.
Oh, that is very strange. And I thought it might have just been my imagination looking off in the distance, but it seemed like at first it was given the "it's safe, come this way" sign. And I thought maybe you were just having trouble with the apparatus. What was that about?
No. When we got up there, it was already flashing the red and white, like you said. And so after we finished with the Spectre there, we turned it back the other way because you said that was the safe signal.
Oh, well, first of all, I am very glad you did that, because otherwise, oh boy. By the way, I did spy your ship passing by. It did get by safely. They didn't... I don't think they saw me. I tried to flag them down, but they just kept on to the north. This is...
So I actually didn't hear from the...
Actually, out of character, would I have known the port that we were going to?
Yes, yeah, you were originally bound for Crunkledunk City, which is the major port in the area. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you think that they're heading to Crunkledunk City like they were supposed to?
It's certainly possible. This is all very strange, though. I'm gonna need to head and I'm gonna need to confer with the Necromancers Guild, because things like what you're describing should not happen. I was hoping to just get back to my lighthouse and my quiet life, but I was really hoping they wouldn't find out that I screwed up and my skeletons went feral on me. Oh, I'm gonna lose my Necromancer's license for sure. But this is bigger than that. I gotta let him know. Would you mind terribly? I've already asked so much of you. Could I travel along with you just for a little while? It's with my leg, and he motions at his splinted leg. I mean, I'm lucky that I got past the goblin forest, but to be honest, they're a little afraid of me. So maybe they kept their distance. But it is not safe for a man in my condition to be traveling alone.
Well, certainly. You can definitely travel with us. Just one little thing, though. If you're going to be joining our party, you don't have to talk directly to me. 3 here he's a special kind of skeleton, so you can talk to him like he's a person. Because he is.
Oh, that's mighty kind of you, Gwynlyn. That brings some color to me cheeks if I had any.
I'm gonna be straight with you. That is strange. That is a strange and disturbing concept to me. But you're not from these parts. You don't know our ways. I'll try and meet you halfway.
All right.
I could be with. Oh, I got it off. Oh, yeah, we could call it a bit of a compromise. I'm not quite a full person, but I'm almost there. We could call it the 3/5 compromise.
Oh, that's
I'm gonna get canceled.
That's canon. Lord Soup has 5 skeletons. You are 3 of 5. Oh. Good night, everybody.
It was there. I'm sorry. I'm a history teacher. Oh.
Ooh, okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, chat, for forgiving that.
Well, with that, Gerald, Gerald shares out, because I don't think in either of your inventories you had any traveling rations, but he shares out 2 days rations for. Well, he's about to share out 2 days rations for each of you, and then realizes, like, looks askance at you three and says, "Yeah, here's what I was able to bring from my larders when I made my escape from the feral skeletons. This should get us to Lodgegob, which is the fishing village. It's just a couple days north. We should be okay."
All right. And I can find. I'm very familiar with this type of area, so I can kind of look for stuff to supplement us too.
Wonderful. Well, I am ready to turn in. I don't know about the two of you, but I've been just here hoping you would make it back in time. You've been walking all day. You must be bushed.
Yeah. I'm kind of used to it, but I wouldn't mind another rest.
Well, actually, I'm a tree.
I
I'm not a bush.
I see what you did there, and I like it. You're growing on me, talking skeleton.
normally things growing on skeletons is a bad sign, but I'll take it as a compliment.
Don't push your luck.
With that, I'll do a patrol to like end on a high note for him.
All right, so, yep, it's the daylight's waning. You can go ahead and I guess I already rolled for that, so you're good. Yeah, the night passes uneventfully. That does count as another short rest, so you can use your second wind if you like.
Ooh, yeah, I would like to do that beforehand. What is that? A D10 plus... What is that? Okay, well,
yeah, let's take a look at the...
dropping that at D10 plus fighter level. So, okay, D10 plus 1. D10 plus 1. All right, four hittery doos.
Okay, so yeah, almost back up to full. So yeah, I didn't even really consider that, but that second wind is usually just like a nice little extra, but at least at this level, that is
that is a great ability. Oh my god!
with the house rules that we're playing with, yeah, that's really keeping you propped up nicely.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
life saving. Thank you, Zodiac.
All
Definitions of life, I'm sure.
So dawn breaks. Gerald saddles up his mule. Says, I'm sorry. I know I'm gonna be slowing you down a little bit. I'm so grateful. And you are...
No worries. No worries at all. I mean, my legs can only go so fast as well.
Okay. Party formation, is that super important, or are we just kind of making checks as it were?
I'm making checks for the whole party, but if you want to declare like who's taking point, then should you run into an encounter that can, if somebody gets the drop on you, I should say, if you get the drop on somebody else, then you can form up however you want.
Okay. If someone gets the drop on us, I should take point. So.
Okay.
Okay. And I'll follow up behind, keeping Gerald in the middle.
All right.
What if they got the drop on you from behind? That would suck.
Let's see.
I mean, as long as I can see their eyes, I think we're good.
Oh, and what's your pace? Fast, medium, or slow?
I think now we're probably going to be slow.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks to our boy.
All right. So since you're going slow and careful, you can attempt to let's see. Roll me a perception check with advantage. You say you say what if they get the drop on you from behind, and as it turns out that's exactly what
they don't have eyes. Dang it.
That is exactly what happens. You hear from behind you as you're traveling along the forest road. Oi there! You turn behind you and you see a trio of goblins, one of which is larger than the rest. This is like just as you're setting out. They seem to have caught up with you during the night. You do recognize that falling log. It's weird. It's almost like I haven't had a chance to make too many maps yet.
I can't believe they've dragged that log all the way here.
They're really committed to that bit.
Okay, I'm assuming that's initiative, or are they giving us a chance to respond?
You just hear, "Oi there!" They're heading towards you, but they're not firing their bows. They do have their bows drawn, though.
Yes, hello?
Parley! Parley!
Alright.
They approach their bows, not quite drawn and pointed at you, but in hand. The large goblin, the leader says, "I understand you had a bit of a run-in with one of me mates the other day."
Yes, and we are terribly sorry about that, but we really needed to get where we were going.
Might I inquire what your business was in our forest there?
We just needed to get to the lighthouse, and we wanted, just safe, clean, uneventful passage through, and, they were not willing to let us go, unfortunately, so we kind of had to do it aggressively, and I do apologize for that.
To be fair, they did attack us first.
Yes.
Brandy,
But we tried to kill...
roll a persuasion.
Okay. My 0 charisma.
Boo! I was gonna give you advantage, and then you got double nat 20s.
Yes. Top of the morning to you. Welcome to the party.
The head goblin waves at the other two, and they noticeably lower their bows, and then he nudges the one next to him. "You got something to say to these fine folks?" He moves up. And you recognize that he's the one who got away last time, who threatened to bring the big boss. "I'm sorry." The boss goblin smacks him upside the back of the head. "Too right, ya! They was on the road, they wasn't in our woods. Can't go shooting first and asking questions later. That's not how we do things."
Oh no! These are now my favorite characters.
It was wrong of me mates to go after you without at least giving you the chance to explain ourselves, and by way of apology, I would like to make it right with you, if I may. He pulls into his satchel. Roll. And pulls out... Man, bad rolls on these muffin berries. Pulls out one of the glowing muffin berries. "We are not a wealthy people, and we have not much to our name, but these muffin berries are the tastiest thing that grows in our woods, and I would like you to have one. It's the day's harvest. They're rare. And he hands it over to you.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you very much. We do appreciate this. We did the one goblin that we did unfortunately kill. We did try and give him, a proper send-off. I don't know a lot about your culture, but he is still by that rock if you wanted to collect him for your own funeral rites.
Oh, yeah, we saw that. I'm sure that was quite right and proper where you're from, but as you say, you don't know our rights. Here's our rights. He's a git, fuck him. Now,
If you'd be worried about your wealth, may perhaps I have a proposition for you.
I'm sorry, you allow your skeletons to talk.
He's a special one. We're actually travelers from another country, so hence why our cultures are maybe misunderstanding each other at times.
Right, well, here's the thing. I believe that of you, and I don't know what the fuck he is, so that's fine. But if you'll just peacefully be along your way and leave Gimpy there to us, that'd be quite nice. We've got a bone to pick with him.
That's a great pun.
Well, unfortunately, this gentleman is under our protection for the time being. What wrong has he committed against you?
Well, he only built a bleeding great lighthouse on a flippin' island. Yeah, him and his necromancer buddies coming on in here, building a big tower with nothing more than a by your leave. Eminent domain, they calls it. Our bleeding island, we calls it.
Oh. Oh.
Gonna need a minute. Gonna need a minute. Under normal circumstances, we'd be happy to oblige you. However, this man currently is in our care, and we can't allow him to come to harm.
Also, if it was the group of necromancers, isn't the whole council the one that you should take your grievance to?
Well, the whole council isn't here. He is.
Perhaps maybe you might want to meet with them. See, my lord and master Lord Soup, who I about to mention to you earlier, has connections with them. They were expanding out well. Perhaps we could come to some kind of mutual agreement. I know you aren't keen to be hearing from a humble skelly, but we do know ways to bring us wealth and money, and perhaps vengeance.
Yeah, tell you what, you just leave Gimpy there with us, and we'll call it square. We'll arrange a meeting of the minds with the others when we have the leverage of one of their own with us.
I'm sorry. Once again, this gentleman is under our protection until we can get him back to the fishing village. So I'm afraid that I can't do that.
Go ahead and roll another persuasion.
There we go. Oh. Ooh.
Can I do an insight on his reaction to that?
Sure.
Whoops. I'm guessing he's not happy What does it seem like he's about to do?
It seems like it's time to roll initiative.
Whip an axe at his face.
Well,
No surprise round.
no.
Damn it.
I was doing so well.
Yeah. We did get the berry. Although I like this conundrum. You're an asshole, Ben, and I love it. Oh wait, I gotta select them, don't I? Okay.
Yeah, do we have a turn order window?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where is
sorry.
that?
Let me get that up. There you go.
Dang. We were fucking ready.
I think we knew how this was gonna go.
one more nat 20, and you might have on the persuasion. Let's see.
We need a train at 20s.
Yeah, we knew how this was gonna go.
Yeah.
Goodwill Muffinberry aside.
Oh, I hate it too because I liked these guys. You know what? This is like our Nuzlocke. What's the head goblin's name, chat? I gotta know who I'm killing. Like,
Yeah.
Gerald.
this is
Yeah, chat. Give us a name for head goblin here. Nilbog.
last of his time. Last of his Gork Bob.
All right. Gerald sighs. These boys, there's only one thing they understand. And he, from Muleback, he raises his hands and starts waving them around in some sort of arcane incantation. And a skeleton pops up right behind them. Actually, not right behind them, right in front of Nilbog's face. Boop. All right, Glynwyn's turn.
Alright, so ready bow and fire at that boy.
All right.
Actually, before that, can I throw a hunter's mark on him?
I believe that's a bonus action, yeah?
Okay, so hunter's mark and then longbow at him.
All right.
Oof.
All right. Yep, that's gonna be a miss.
Yeah.
It sticks in the ground right in front of his feet. 3, you're up.
Trying to scare him off. I don't actually want to hit him.
Oh, we're trying. Oh, that's the plan. Scare him off. Okay. You know what? I will take my rake. Kind of like I'm kind of animating this and cheesing it a little bit, but I can reach here. Can I drag a bunch of gravel and dirt behind me and throw it in their faces?
Yes. Roll.
Okay.
Roll me an intimidate.
Oh God. Can I have advantage? Dual skeleton intimidate?
You know what? Coupled with Gerald raising a bone daddy right in front of Nilbog, I'll say yes, advantage.
Yeah. Okay.
The goblin that the one that apologized to you and got a smack upside the back of the head turns and flees.
Well, laddie, you better think about backing out now. You're running out of allies quickly. I'd hate to see you go the way of the skelly here.
He shakes his head. There'll be another time, necromancer. Come on, boys, we out. The remaining 2 goblins retreat.
It was a pleasure to meet you. Stay in
Thank you
touch.
for the muffin berry.
Gerald waves his hand. Gerald, actually, no, he heals his mule and trots over to the skeleton. He says, "You know what's really funny? Do you guys see any corpses around here?" He waves his hand and it passes through the skeleton, which sort of flickers like passing your finger through a candle flame.
That was unusual.
Like minor illusion, you might say.
You might say.
That was mighty clever, Sir Necromancer. You are a tribute to your guild. Not sure I used the right wording there, but I'll go with it.
All right, so we return the... You managed to resolve the encounter non-violently. You've solved my goblin puzzle. All right, the rest of the day's travel passes uneventfully, and as the daylight is waning, Gerald informs you we're about halfway there. I think one more good night's sleep, and then another day's travel, and we should be getting there.
All right. Seems good.
All right, laddies. Perhaps we should be a little bit more inconspicuous about our camp arrangement this time. No fires and such.
Yeah. I'll take a turn on watch as well if you'd like. I know you gotta be a pile for a while.
Okay, should we do like a stealth or a nature check to make our camp as inconspicuous as possible? Because I think Nilbog has got a bone to pick with us now.
I think he very much does. Yeah, go ahead and you can choose either stealth or survival to choose an inconspicuous place to set up camp.
We're in the woods, right? Or in the grassland?
Yep. So yes, you do get advantage, so you do get to take that 16.
Alright, I'll attempt an assisting stealth check. I don't know how this works. I'm just rolling stealth.
That's fine. All right. The night passes uneventfully. You get another short rest, so you can go ahead and mark yourself up to full 3, because you were only missing 1 point anyway. So you're good.
I like to roll the bones. Ho ho ho.
All I got is a deck of cards, I think.
Do I have bones to roll? That'd be awesome. Like, oh my god, can I just have some gaming dice? That'd be awesome.
I think we can fluff fluff like popping off a couple of finger bones and throwing them like like dice.
Yeah, all right. We passed the night bonding and playing dice. That's dope. I love it.
I like it.
How's Gerald in all this? Is he being pleasant to? I assume to Glynn, but how about to 3?
Roll just a straight charisma check to see how he's handling it. He's not being openly rude. He's trying to include you when he says, like, we, tomorrow we'll do this. And he's not like obviously excluding you, but he doesn't seem like super comfortable talking directly to you either. He seems to be making an effort.
With that. 3 is okay with either, but yeah, me as a player, that fascinates me.
Nice.
And the next day of travel also passes uneventfully, and you reach the village of Lodgegob.
I certainly hope there aren't more gobs here.
It's just a tiny fishing village with some piers, some small fishing boats tied off, and as you get there, the fishing boats are coming in coming in with the day's catch. Everybody's hard at work.
All right. Well, so is there a healer here in the village you were trying to get to, Mr. Gerald?
So Gerald says, "Yeah, I know it's not much of a village. Sometimes you get a passing priest or cleric wandering through, but they don't really have much of anybody. Of course, any of the fishermen know first aid. You have to, but I don't know that they'll be able to do much better than this splint job that I got here. But we can ask around."
Now, is it just a broken leg, or is there like an open wound? Because like I'm concerned about infection at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, sepsis.
Yeah, it's it as far as you can tell, Gerald hasn't been complaining about it. It seems to be a clean break. It's yeah, he probably shouldn't be running any marathons, but he's been doing all right. With the help of his mule, he's been keeping up on the road.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I mean, I wouldn't mind a bit of a rest if we can get one, you know, something more than just a night around the campfire.
All right.
Yeah, somewhere you can prop that leg up and elevate it a little bit, I imagine.
Now, if I know necromancers, and I'd like to think I do, I know one thing that every necromancer appreciates. I will look for a pub.
It really is just a tiny little hamlet. As far as you can see, it's the biggest building seems to be a storage house and smokehouse where they're smoking some of the salt cod and stuff like that they're bringing in. But other than that, it just seems to be like little fishermen's huts.
Oh, lass, I think you should be the one to talking now. According to all the people we've been seeing so far, they're not used to people like me. Or I suppose I'm not a person.
I like to think you're a person.
Oh, thank you. I'm going all red.
Right, well, I think maybe our next order of business I would say we can see if we can get a boat to get us to Crunkledunk City, but we really don't have a lot of money to pay for the passage.
Gerald. Yeah. Oh, sure, Gerald. Didn't you say you had business in the Cronkledunk?
Sorry, Doggo's having a
Oh, bark to you.
Maybe, certainly.
Wouldn't be the first place I would go. I mean, if we're going by land, our paths could stick together for a while longer. What I really need to do is get back to my old army unit. I learned necromancy, for the war, and I've still got some pull with my old commander. That's a ways inland from where you want to go, but it would keep us on the major roads.
I feel like he's trying to write us now. Do we know where in relation Crunkleduck is to us and his Mages Guild?
You know that the Necromancers Guild definitely would not have a presence in Crunkledunk. It is illegal there.
Oh, okay, my mistake. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, as far as where you are in relation to it, he's to hear Gerald tell it, it's to the north of you, and you have no reason to doubt it. But your ship was blown off course, so you could be anywhere in relation to it.
Perhaps we should find out if any of the fishermen saw one of our ships nearby, or our ship. Excuse me.
Gerald did say he saw it passing north, so I imagine it would have gone by here.
Why don't we talk about the town? Gerald, do you know anyone that is immediately friendly to you?
These townies, one of them looks like another to me, but yeah, let's see if we can flag somebody down and ask if anybody's seen your ship. So you flag down one of the fisher folk. They're kind of absorbed in their work, bringing in the catch, but one of them seems to relish the opportunity to step away from work for a while. Yes, what can I do for you? He's sort of a little. He has kind of a sallow look to him, kind of like a little hunched over look to him. He's a gnome. Most of the folks working the ship seem to be gnomes.
We were just wondering if you guys saw a really big ship pass by here, maybe yesterday or the day before.
Oh yes, the big ships do not stop here. Shallow waters, you know. The docks are only good for the small fishing boats. But yes, I did see one of the big ships. It was headed north.
All right, and do you happen to know how far it is to Crunkledunk City?
Oh, that's quite the journey. I would want to go by ship if I went at all, but not for me. Just humble fishing folks here.
Yeah. So no kind of passenger ships ever stop over here?
Well, it depends on where you want passage to, I suppose. If you want passage to where the good fishing grounds are, oh, we can do that. To Crunkledunk City, not so much.
Yeah. How long do you guys get caravans in?
He holds.
Like, do supplies come here from Crunkledunk City?
He holds out his hands and he seems to be counting on them. And you notice the actually roll a perception check.
Here we go. Ooh.
Yeah, he holds up his hand and seems to be counting on his fingers. 3, 4, 5 weeks? More than 5 weeks?
All right,
Since-
and how long, do you know how long it's been since the last one?
Holds up his hand. 5 weeks? What's the next one after 5?
Would be 6, I believe.
You know what you should do? You should see the Lady of the Water. She knows all that goes on around these parts.
Oh, okay, where can we find her?
Oh, just down on the beach. You can't miss it.
Insight into that chuckle. Hey, what the fuck was that?
He just seems very interested in he seems to think it would be amusing if you went and talked to the Lady of the Water. If he has a specific nefarious purpose, you don't know what it is.
Okay.
So do we have to make an appointment with her, or do we just show up? Can you show us where she is?
Of course. Right this way. Come with me. Come with old Johnny.
Old John, pleasure to meet you.
Oh, yes, the pleasure is all mine, Miss,
Miss Glynwyn, Glynwyn Star Charter.
Ah, wonderful, yes. Come with me, I will show you the way. Get you guys to... He leads you a little ways south of the village, sort of around a rocky outcropping to a little corner of beach where you see a hut. Yes, be polite to the lady, and she will be nice to you. Okay, tell her Johnny said hello.
Will
Banner.
do. Very much. Aha.
Yeah, Glynwyn, the light's starting to fade. In fact, the sun's gone down, and the moon hasn't risen yet. But you notice that the visibility is still better than it seems like it should be with just the starlight. You can see each other just fine, and in fact, everything around you seems to be glowing a little bit.
Ooh. Fancy, fancy.
Yeah, and as you look out onto the water, the glow seems to be heading east in a straight line. The glow fades to the north and it fades to the south, but running east-west, there's just this almost like a very faint, like almost aurora borealis type of effect.
Why, Sir Gerald, do you know anything about this?
Now, Glynwyn specifically sees this. You do not see this, 3.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, knowing that magic is a thing, can I make an Arcana check to see if I know what spell this might be?
Sure.
I'm not that familiar with magic.
You're not. Yeah, you suspect that this is not... This seems to be some sort of natural phenomenon, not necessarily a spell, but beyond that, you don't know.
Alright, well. Guess we would just call out,
Hello, the hut.
Yes, come in, yes, visitors, wonderful, wonderful, yes, come, it's been so long. You see a hunched over figure come out from the hut towards you.
okay.
I'd raise my eyebrows, but I don't seem to have any. I'll go ahead and walk ahead of them.
Oh, you're a different one. Oh, what manner of creature are you?
On top of the morning to you, my name is Tree. It's a pleasure to be meeting you.
Oh, which of you raised this one? Oh, he's got spirit. Oh, she sort of pokes between your ribs a little bit.
Oh, that's a punny joke. I like this one.
Don't look at me, lady. He's not one of mine.
Did you get it, Glynwyn? She said I have spirit, but I'm a skeleton. He can barely contain himself. Because I have no bone. I have no skin to contain me. So yeah, I'll poke back like playfully at the sandwich.
She slaps your hand. Keep your hands to yourself.
Oh, forgive me, madam, but I seem to have lost my sense of, and then I point to my leg, humor? No?
Well, yes. Hello. Old Johnny sent us, and he says hello. And he told us that you might be able to help us out.
Possible. What is it you need?
We've gotten separated from our ship, and we know that it is headed to Crunkledunk City. And I was just wondering if caravans pass through, and when you guys might expect another one.
But why? Why would you wait? Why would you travel all the way to Crunkledunk City when what you want is to get back to your ship?
She has a point.
That we could catch up with the ship, so I thought we would just meet it where it was heading.
Oh, perhaps I could help you then. Perhaps. You see, I've been known to intercede with the Lord of the Waters. I could arrange for your ship to be becalmed and give you a chance to reach it.
I mean, as long as it wouldn't inconvenience them too much. I suppose that would be a much quicker way to get us back where we need to go.
One moment. She disappears into her hut. A few moments.
Out of character, did you say we were good? Did you mention the ship at all? If you didn't, then I say that in character.
I'm pretty sure Glynn mentioned the ship.
I said that we needed to get to Crunkledunk City, and if there were any caravans that might be traveling through to take us there. I did not mention the ship to her.
Boy. All right. I got nothing. Yeah. That's some spooky stuff. I'll ask Gerald. Why, Gerald, do you know anything about this sandwich or this sea witch or this person we're about to deal with? Or perhaps make a deal with?
This is a new one on me, lady and gentlemen.
Oh, you called me a gentleman. Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, don't let it go to your skull.
Oh, I see you didn't say head. That's quite funny.
She hobbles back out. Yes. Your ship is in a natural harbor. Oh, yes, just a little ways north, patching up some damage to their hull.
Well, that is very fortunate for us then.
Oh, isn't it, though? Oh, they're nearly finished. You'll never catch them. Not without my help. I would ask but a small favor in return.
If it's something that we can accomplish quickly, I see no reason why not.
Yes. I have dealings with the goblins to the south, and it would be such a wonderful prank if you were to bring me Nilbog's staff.
Oh, I'm afraid Nilbog doesn't like us very much.
Oh, that's just his way. We give each other the business, you know. Are you sure he wasn't merely giving you the business?
He gave us a muffin berry.
You see, he loves you. Yes, bring me his staff.
Well, we can't bring you his staff, but what about his pride as a fighter? Presenting the muffin berry.
She pulls out a pouch from her belt and opens it up, and you see it's like it's like the suitcase at the end of Pulp Fiction. It glows with just a plethora of muffin berries. Oh, I'm full up on muffin berries. Thank you so much. She pops one into her mouth and pulls the drawstring closed. No. Nilbog's staff. The Lord of the Waters requires it.
Well, we don't have to kill him. All we do need is his staff. I suppose he might. Do you happen to know where Nilbog is at the moment? If Nilbog is very far south, then there was no time whatsoever that we can do in order to get back there and to here. That's quite a bit of traveling.
Oh, I do believe he is still dogging your footsteps as we speak. Oh, yes, he has ventured forth from his forest home. Now would be the time to take his staff. Were one to do such a thing.
Well, we will certainly take it under consideration.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I'll be here if you decide to take me up on my offer. Have a wonderful night, children.
And she shuffles back into her hut.
It's quite a predicament. I don't wish to engage with Nilbog anymore, especially if he brought reinforcements. But in order to dog our trail, he would have had to run in the night and be tired. She may be right. This might be the time to strike.
I mean, does it need saying that I don't trust that crazy lady?
Why don't we head back to see if we can find an inn to stay at? Because it is getting kind of late, and we can discuss this maybe not on the beach directly in front of her house.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Tip to the hat.
All right. So Gerald says, so you can see it's a pretty small town. You can usually, if you ask them nice, you can sleep in the hay bales in the stable. That's about all they got. Personally, if it's up to me, I say we take it easy for 3 or 4 days, rest up, set out overland, and head towards the fort where my old army platoon is stationed. I've still got some pull with my old commander. He'll set us up nice for the trip to Crunkledunk City. It'll take longer, but it'll be safer, and we will not be messing with any weird sea hags. But that's just me.
Yeah,
So
I'm not really
now-
keen on any unnecessary killing.
Thinking on it, is there any lore on hags? Do we know she's a hag, or is this just kind of an educated guess?
that's yeah. She wasn't. She certainly wasn't a gnome or a dwarf or any other race that's native to the place that you've encountered so far. So it's an educated guess, but it seems like a good one.
You said it's evening, like it's night out.
Yep, and I'll out of character. You can continue to discuss it amongst yourselves, but I'll just let you know that's what I had planned for the day for this session was getting you here, presenting that opportunity. Well, a couple of possible courses of action to you, and then depending on what you choose, I'll set things up for next time. So as far as play goes, you're here. It's a settlement. You can take a long rest, and you can decide what you want to do next. But that's pretty much it for tonight's session.
Okay.
You also, now that you are in no longer in the wilderness and you are in a place of safety, everybody gains a level. You gain a level, and you gain a level. You
Does
reach level
Gerald
2.
gain a level?
No,
And-
Gerald fell off a roof.
Yep. Also NPCs stay a level behind you. You guys are the stars.
Yay. Okay. I need to learn how to level up.